Today's Tips du Jour mailbag question comes to us from Spain. Robert, I am new to guitar making, and since I'm from Spain, I want to build using the traditional Spanish Solera. Can you explain how to make one? Pedro in Toledo, Spain. Pedro, I get this question a lot. Now, I do not use the traditional Solera, the Spanish Solera. I use a hybrid form of building. If you've ever seen my online classical guitar building course, I use an external mold with my version of the traditional Solera. It's got the dished out area in the bridge area. However, I do not put the neck angle on that neck extension of the Solera. I elevate the body and push the neck down. When I close the box, that sets the neck angle. However, I have a friend who happens to be from Spain. His name is Paco Chorobo, and he just happens to be in my shop right now. He uses the traditional Spanish Solera. Now, I know what you're thinking. What are the chances of Paco being in my shop when this question comes in? I tell you what, I'm going to get Paco on camera. He's going to show you how to make the traditional Spanish Solera.
So to make the Solera, all you need is a piece of MDF that fits your template. Of course, you don't need a template. You can do it just freehand. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you use a template, it will be a little bit more beautiful. To cut these slots, you just drill a hole here that matches the size of the bolt that you are going to use, and then you cut with the bandsaw the contour of the profile. This contour doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a tool for making the guitar. What really needs to be really precise is the center line. Once you trace your template, you trace this center line with a knife, so you make it completely perfect. Try not to use the pencil, just as a reference, but it's better if you use a razor or something to score the line here. When you have it, you get your template here. Again, on this type of mounting, this doesn't have to be completely perfect, because it will be the side who will establish the shape of the guitar. So here, all we need is this, which is the position of the top brace. Here and here. And this is all you need. And, of course, the contour of your guitar, wherever the shape you are using. Now that you have your shape, and this is the shape that you need to mark perfectly, this is just maybe a couple of inches larger than your profile. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need here some space so you can put here the blocks. When you have the position of your lower transversal brace, you trace here the line. This part will be flat, this will be flat, this will be flat, and here is where we are going to create the dome. To create the dome, you need to make a mark here, like 1 inch. Here in this corner, 45 degrees, 2 inches. And here on the contour, again, 1 inch. This is the area that will remain flat. And this inside is the one that we will carve out. So now you have a reference for the area that you have to dish out. So to carve this area, depending on the dome that you want to achieve, you just place here a straight edge, and we want to have here a gap around 2.5 and 3 millimeters, and we are going to do this using the scraper. So once in a while you check. Right now I have almost 0.5 millimeter, so all I have to do is to keep on working until I get to 2.5 or 3 millimeters. Then you feather it back up to here. Try not to touch this area, and that's all. If you want to go a little bit faster, just clamp it down firmly, and you can use a gouge. It will help you to remove even more wood. Be careful because this tool removes a lot of wood very quickly. You can use a little bit of chalk to check your progress. And now feather it back from the edge to the center. But don't touch from here to here. This inch should be flat. So to finish, you just use the sander just to get everything smooth, so you get a uniform and even radius here. So in the end, you should have from your line to your line something like a 30-foot radius. And this is how you create the dome. Perfect. So when the dome is smooth and soft, all you have to do now is to make a ramp from the 12th fret to the fret number 1. And this will be a ramp, and here you will have a 2 millimeter gap. So just use a plane. So now you make sure that here you have 2 millimeters. So now you have the ramp here that will help you with the action of it. So after finishing the ramp here, I have set up all these L's. They are like 2 inches and 3/4, and they go just with a bolt like this. And you can use this with this recess here if you are using an excess top and the sides on top of that, and you can use it this way if you are using an exact profile on your top and the sides go against the top. I'm using here a T-nut, so I can place this here when the top is here, of course, and this will hold the top in place while you are assembling the guitar. And then you put here your sides, you move this back and forth until you get the sides exactly where you need. You tighten the bolts, and you have an universal Solera that you can use to make any size of any guitar that you want. So Pedro, thank you so much for your question, and this is one of the quick and easiest way to make a Solera. So muchas gracias y suerte con la guitarra. Un abrazo desde Parker.